What's up, GHG fam? Okay, so tonight, a little different show than we usually do, and let me fix my lighting real quick. So, something different than we normally do. Something I've been wanting to do for quite a while. Um, and that's actually have a guest on, and we've had Tony on, and we've had Spec on, we've had guests, but that's actually someone who is outside of the Otoy Kind of Mood family. He is a writer. He is here in Texas. He has some amazing books. He has a book coming out this summer, which is why we have him on the show, because when I saw it, I was like, holy shit. I have given him my top 10 before, but that top 10 is always kind of shaky. So we're going to bring on tonight from Ghoul Agency, How They Rumbled, and coming soon, Avengers for Dummies, Gene Selassie. What's up, Gene?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, buddy. So welcome to GHG.
I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, man. I love your background. I know we'll be getting into Avengers later, but I know you love the Avengers.
Yeah, they are my. Everyone has their one superhero team, and then Avengers been mine since day one.
Really? Okay. So we'll get into Avengers a little bit because I love the Avengers. They're definitely team top 5. It's for me. It's definitely X-Men and then Justice League. But you've written a bunch. You've written the Ghoul Agency, which let's see. I've got this right. Share screen. I'm gonna share. Boom. Ghoul Agent, which you can find on Amazon right here. Is Amazon the only place to get it, or is there a better website for me to share?
Also, I believe Barnes and Noble also still has it listed as well.
Okay.
As my my first ongoing series. It's a horror comedy series about an advertising agency for the undead. Amazing work by Orlando Baez, Sam Nang, and Micah Myers, and I'm in full belief that they're the reason we got nominated for a Ringo Award last year.
That's amazing. That is
Thanks. I mean, they made me look good, basically.
So we have to do like the stereotypical questions real quick. What got you into writing? What was that author or book that was like, all right, this is what I want to do?
I ate up books as a kid. Everything from Tom Clancy political thrillers to I remember I read the autobiography of Malcolm X probably 4 times. Every genre, every type of book. Same with movies. Got into film at a really, really early age, and I don't know if it was my holy trinity of films, the original RoboCop, Do the Right Thing, and Pulp Fiction. I think those 3 really influenced me to want to write not just like prose, but also screenwriting as well.
Okay. Let's see here. I think my holy trinity, and it'll change on a daily basis, but I know for a fact Terminator 2.
Oh, classic.
Jurassic Park.
Epically classic, dude.
And then Clerks.
You know what? Much respect. Clerks.
A
lot of people have turned on that film in recent years, I've noticed, but I still enjoy it. I haven't seen it, and I used to go back and watch it faithfully, and I don't think I've seen it in about 5 years.
Oh, I haven't watched it in. So I actually took a producing class at UT with John Peters.
Nice. Really?
Yeah, wonderfully nice guy. But like one of the movies we had to watch was Clerks. We had to buy the movie, and then we had to watch all the specials features on it. It was the Clerks X. It was the 10th anniversary.
Okay. Yeah.
Which now it'd be the 30th anniversary.
Gosh, I feel old now.
I know. But one of my best friends that I used to watch that all the time, and we'd always like just yell at each other, 37 in a row. Shut up. But that's one of those.
Not even
like,
supposed to be here today.
and I'm like, and what's funny is, like, and he'll never see this, but I always loved Randall, but Dante, who I did kind of like identify with, was just such a bad actor. But the writing was so good, you overlooked the acting.
Agreed.
And then I haven't. I've only watched it once, but Clerks 3. I cried.
Don't hate me. I've not seen part 3 yet. I have a stack of movies from the last few years that life has gotten in the way, as you well know, the last few years. So it's near the top of my must catch up on list.
Just a heads up, it is. Don't be depressed when you go into it, because you'll go even more depressed, because it's.
Oh wow!
It's the bow on the Clerks, but
wow. I'm excited. When I say I'm behind, like, I think just a few months ago, I just now got around to seeing Judas and the Black Messiah.
How is that? I need to watch. I have that in my queue.
Words do not do justice to how
really
that one.
Okay.
Yeah. The Five Bloods. I saw it originally, but I was having massive internet issues the first time I watched it. I went back and finally sat down and watched it again.
Okay.
Outstanding. Just for completion purpose, Transformers: Rise of the Beast, which was not bad. It was not. It was. I thought the best one since the first one, not counting Bumblebee.
Okay, fair.
Of the live action, I still say Bumblebee still ranks at the top.
100%. 100%. And then Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction was always my standard for Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, I loved it. I love it today. QT was my favorite director for the longest time. I don't connect with a lot of his more recent output. I would say since Inglourious Bastards, I've not been as, I would say, as enamored and watching it 5, 6, 7 times the way I did his early films.
I can't argue that. Inglourious Bastards is, for me, tied with Pulp Fiction as, like, I think his. But then you have Kill Bill. So, I like Kill Bill. I liked Hateful Eight. I didn't love Hateful Eight.
Same with me. Django, I loved because of the cast more so than. I just had a lot of issues with the pacing, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
No, here's where I think you might agree with this. Django has the same issues that Superman 1 has and Stripes has. Brilliant first 2 acts. And then that third act just unravels.
You are on to something. Holy cow. So I never noticed that with Stripes, though. I never noticed that. I always said I like that movie. I don't love it. I think you finally put into words what has been like percolating back here in the subconscious.
So last year I met Dave Foley at GalaxyCon up in Austin.
Oh.
And I was getting advice from all these writers on the third act, because that's where I like have to really focus, because I have that same issue. My first 2 acts, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I give it to my writing partner. He's like, this is really good. Until we get to the third act, I'm like, damn it. Mark Waid gave me advice. Dave Foley gave me advice. Like, I was getting advice. And he goes, Dave Foley goes, the third act is the bitch, because that's the part of the movie where you need to bring it all together. And if you don't do that, that movie is not going to be I go, that's how it was. That's how I feel with Superman and Stripes. He goes, you take Stripes and you end it after they graduate. The masterpiece of a film. They go to war, and you're like, wait, the tone is different. This is a different film. Yeah.
You know what's weird? First and third act for me seem to. I'm not gonna say easy, but it's the second act. I think for me, keeping the audience engaged during the journey, and I used to be guilty of kind of when I first was transitioning to screenwriting, it was a little bit tougher
Yeah.
keeping the audience engaged and not just hitting story beats. You know what I mean? And it's so odd because I know everyone says third act. For me, I when I know I usually start from the end and work backwards, so I know how to tie up all my loose ends. I know how to start it with a bang. The second act I don't struggle with as much nowadays, but the
Yeah.
second act is always seems to be my issue. I can do it,
Yeah.
but there's a difference between doing it and doing it well. You know.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction was just. I mean, and again, I sometimes and not always, like not always, but there's a lot to be said between like writer directors and musicians. Like their first first two albums usually are their best.
More often than
And
not, correct. Yeah.
and then you see like I'm not gonna say diminishing return, but slightly diminishing return.
I would argue, I think he improved. Jackie Brown is the most underrated film in his entire filmography.
Fair.
And I've come around on it. I never hated it, but
Yeah.
I never considered it his underrated gem. Going back and rewatching it, that movie has no right being as good as it is.
You know what? I'm gonna go back. I have to go back and watch. I haven't watched it since high school, so I do have
Highly
to go back.
recommend.
So I'm. This is gonna just turn into. We'll. Oh, Death Proof. Death Proof was great. Thank
Yes,
you.
it I liked, but I think the beginning of some of the issues I had with his films started there, but it wasn't on full display. I don't think it was until Inglorious Bastards where I started having issues with his pacing, tonal shifts, and things of that nature.
See, I thought Inglorious Bastards was his last great film because. Well, no, yeah, because I love Django, but that third act kind of for me.
Yeah,
But for me,
for me,
Inglorious
it was
Bastards.
Death Proof. I think was my last. Oh, I love this director. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's fair. No, and we'll get to your writing but you just said something over Thanksgiving. My brother-in-law and I were watching TV, and Wayne's World came on from the beginning,
I
and
have
he
not seen that in a decade or
and
so.
he goes, this movie has no right being as great as it is. I'm like, no, it doesn't, because Gina went go this week if you get a chance and just watch Wayne's World because
Wayne's World, I always thought was better than what the audience gave credit for. But once again, that's a film I think I remember the last time I saw it. The week I moved to Austin,
really,
2009
oh
was the
wow,
last time I saw it.
no, like that movie, it has like two scenes that I will always quote with my dad. But there's a scene with Ed O'Neill where they walk into like the donut shop and the camera pans to him and he's like, why is it when you kill a man in the heat of battle, it's called heroics? When you kill a man in the heat of passion, it's murder. And when he goes, whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. Only Garth and I talk to the cameras. What are you doing? No, keep going. Just stuff I was like
Priceless.
when his girlfriend brings him like the package, and he's like, if it's a severed head, I'm gonna be very upset. And she will just open it up, and he opens. He's like, what is it? She's like, it's a gun rack. He's like, a gun rack. I don't even own a gun, let alone many to
Yeah,
necessitate a gun rack. Like just
yeah, that
little.
I agree. I agree. It's I don't want to say underrated gem because it's not a film that's like the audience knows about Wayne's World.
Yeah.
I guess they just don't realize the subtleties in it.
Oh,
They just remember the trailers and the more goofier aspects. But that film was smarter than what it let on.
oh no, oh yeah, 100%. And real quick, we got Keijo and Django Unchained had a protagonist shift that came out of nowhere, which should have been with Django as the lead the whole time. Okay,
That is very fair. That is very fair.
very fair. Okay, yeah, true. Okay, now before we get into any more movie stuff, let's go into your second book, which is and how they rumbled, because
Yes.
this one, which again, let me real quick, let me switch to you can indeed buy it on Amazon right now. Okay, so Gene, walk me through this, because when I saw I have to get this for a friend of mine, because he loves wrestling. I mean, he is an absolute like. We were gonna go to Raw, because it's here in Houston, the day after Christmas.
This past.
No.
This upcoming year.
Yeah, December.
Oh, okay.
This month it'll be in Houston. It's the last USA showing of Raw will be here in Houston
Before it goes to Netflix.
Before it's Netflix. And he was like, he messaged me, he's like, dude, I tried to get his tickets. I'm like, oh man, like, no, don't even worry about it. He goes, they were expensive. I'm like, it's the last USA Raw. I am 100% sure it's expensive. So and I've not read the book yet. But when did you get into wrestling, and have you always stayed in wrestling? Because I've had my ebbs and flows.
I want to say I've always been into wrestling, but I know that there were periods where, and this was after the downfall of WCW and ECW, when WWE was the only major player in town.
Yeah.
And the shows got really bad. I remember there was a period in 2000s when I lived in Tampa. I used to go with my buddies to the sports bar to go watch the pay-per-views, and there was a period of several months where I just checked out. Raw and SmackDown were just kind of unwatchable, and this was before because I was wholeheartedly into wrestling as a kid in New York. I had friends. One of my close friends, his uncle was a tape trader, so I used to get to see a bit of everything. I got to see Stampede when I was really young, All Japan, some AAA, and it was some awesome stuff. Then, but living in New York, as far as major television stuff, the only thing I got to watch was WWF.
Right.
Then I moved to Florida, and when I was a teenager, I got to start seeing WCW. Then ECW got national in quotes, but they were on at like 2 a.m.
Right.
Eventually I got into Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, CMLL, Stardom, and so on and so forth. So watched a little bit of everything.
Okay, nice. What, I know this is tough, but like, what is your era? Like, what's like that's mine.
I have three actually. When I first started watching, this was, I would say, 1980s, late 86, early 87. That was when WWF, one of their better eras.
Yes.
It was, even though it was still focused on the Hogans and Andre the Giants and whatnot, this is when Macho Man really started getting his big push. This was when the Hart Foundation really took one of the first matches I ever saw live. Hart Foundation versus Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid. That, for me, I was, even as a little kid when I was 8, I was not a WWF fan. It was too much of the cartoon character stuff. This was 8-year-old me still feeling that way. But watching that match, I was sold. Bret Hart, to this day, my all-time favorite wrestler.
Really?
It's just, he makes it look like a real sport. his promos, his ring work, everything, the way he treats the championship when he is a champion, he just makes it feel like a legit sport.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
My second era, of course, I say the Attitude Era, but I was really leaning more towards ECW and even to a smaller extent WCW, just because we
Okay,
got to see a lot of lucha libre and a lot of wrestlers from Japan and from Europe
gotcha.
that we didn't get to normally see on American television.
I gotcha.
So that, but especially ECW, I was such a mark. It's hard for me to go back and watch some of the brutality of the like unprotected chair shots to the head,
Oof.
but I still love ECW.
Yeah.
My third era was recent. I would say the 2016 to 2019 period where we had New Japan probably had its best run of the modern age. Ring of Honor was still on fire. TNA got some of the crap scraped off of it and it started producing some really good product. And I argue to this day, I know people say TNA's dead, TNA's whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, damage was done via Vince Russo era and via Hogan Bischoff. I argue that the promotion has been solid to great since 2016.
Okay. Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I like watching everything pretty much.
Um.
What about yours?
I only get to watch Raw. But yeah, pretty much the same with you. Like the late '80s, like Hogan, Macho Man, Undertaker, like those. Like as a kid, like that's kind of crazy and cool. I remember, and then I dropped off hard because I just went straight into comic books. And then weirdly enough, high school, it became really, really, really big, and Stone Cold is my dude. Um, but then I'm also like born and bred Texan, so like I'm like, oh, he's
Most
not
people in our age group, Stone Cold or The Rock,
a
one of those two.
right, exactly. And then I think I fell off around like 2001, 2002, and then really I just got into it like recently. Last year, I remember I watched WrestleMania because I got some friends who are big wrestling fans. Like, yeah, I was house sitting my aunt and uncle. They have like an 80-inch. Like, oh, I'm like, let me watch WrestleMania on this thing.
You picked a great time to jump back in because I just blunt honesty. I think WWE like it's had its up and downs, but
Yeah,
I think summer or fall of 2018 it just like fell off a cliff. It was not watchable at all until I would say maybe late 2021, early 2022 when Triple H took over booking. The show was 1,000 times better.
yeah. And then it was weird. Um, this past year when my brother passed, I put on WrestleMania to just kind of like feel normal, and for like those 2 nights watching it, I felt like, oh, and so I'm like, oh, like I felt normal, and so I just started like watching, like, oh, this is a really good storyline. This is this is really good writing. Good job, Triple H. And the only the only storyline right now that I'm like, kind of over right now is the Liv Morgan Rhea Ripley. I kind of wish they were like,
Uh, yeah, well, it
oh, just a little bit.
just really got started at SummerSlam, so I think they're gonna probably run with that till at least
Yeah,
this upcoming Mania. For me, I know it's heresy, but I think the Bloodline has ran its course. Like, I really started getting invested in the product again as far as WWE, like
yeah,
2020, like I would say last 2 3 years really strongly, and the Bloodline stuff was great. I just think it's gotten a bit long in the tooth, and
yeah,
it's not working for me. Especially the fact the original Bloodline had some strong personalities. With now, it's just they've beaten Solo Sikoa so many times that he doesn't feel special anymore. and Tangaloa, I don't know if he's injured or not. He can't perform, so tag matches with him and Tama Tonga are gonna be hit or miss. Jacob Fatu is like the mega star out of that entire group. Hopefully,
He
he does
really
not get
is.
injured again. I hope he stays healthy because that dude is a legit star.
Whenever he comes out, I'm like, all right, this dude is something. And I won't lie, I actually like Jey Uso by himself.
I personality wise, yes, and I like Jimmy by himself. It's just their matches still, their singles matches still aren't clicking for me.
Okay.
They're a great tag team, but I've seen this. It's happened in the past where tag teams that were together for so long finally split, and it's rare you're gonna have like an Edge or a Christian come out of the gate hot, or a Matt Hardy come out of the gate hot. And I argue he did. Contrary, yeah, Jeff was the more popular one. Jeff was the more razzle dazzle, high flying one.
Yeah,
Matt was more of a total package wrestler. That dude can talk.
Yeah, that's fair.
He can wrestle.
That's fair. But like, I don't know. I want to see what they do now. Now that War Games is over, now that the OG beat the new bloodline, I'm like, all right. I like this. When the intro is better than the match, it's time to go back to basics. Fair.
Oh man, that speaks to me on so many levels. How many wrestlers and even wrestling promotions that have amazing opening credits, and I'm just done after that.
Well, that's I feel bad for Seth Rollins. Great wrestler. I love his intro, but dude is always injured now. I'm like, all right.
I don't know. His entrance, I know everyone loves. It is what it is for me. It's whatever. He's still talented as hell, so
Oh hell yeah.
I'll deal with entrance I don't like if he puts on the matches that he puts on.
True. What right now? Who's your favorite entrance?
God, I like so many of them.
Favorite. I'll tell you what, Gene. I'm gonna make this even harder for you. Favorite entrance now. Favorite entrance of all time.
Jeez, man, you're like, you know what? I can say what. Oddly enough, father and son, original Taz, ECW Taz, not WWE Taz.
Okay.
Taz ECW, that music hit. You knew someone was not wrestling storyline getting hurt. Someone was getting legit hurt. Taz was a killer, and his son currently Hook in AEW. Like that Action Bronson beat that he comes out to, man. God, the chairman's intent is like the perfect. Someone is about to catch an ass whooping type music.
All right, I'm gonna go. For me, it's I like Cody's entrance. I like
it's catchy as hell. I cannot begrudge anyone who's fixed Cody's.
Like Cody's is catchy. I'll play it when I'm at the gym. Like I'm like okay, let's do this. And then all time it's Stone Cold. Like you hear that glass break, you're like, all right, someone's getting an ass whooping. Let's do this.
I'll also say there were two that were in between Taz and Hook in the 2010s.
Okay.
CM Punk's.
Okay.
Cult of Personality. It just gets stuck in your head.
It is so good.
Yeah, it fits him. It's so apropos for him. And New Japan, he still comes out to it. Kazuchika Okada, like that music is as iconic for him as Ric Flair's is for him. Like he's my favorite modern wrestler right now.
Dude, I felt bad because I went back and I watched. It was a Ric Flair fight from like I think it was '92 as a Royal Rumble, and Ric Flair was like our age. He's like 45, right, mid 40s.
Yeah.
And I think he won that match. But you watch it. I told my dad, you watch it. You're like, gone, 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 gone. Can't walk, gone, gone. Alive, shockingly, gone. Like everyone.
I know a lot of the old school pundits like harp on the fact that wrestlers these days they're skinnier, they're smaller. And honestly, I'm okay with it because
Same.
they're not having health problems anymore. They're not dying at by age 40 anymore. So I'd rather have
Same.
healthy wrestlers that can live a long life than to have these larger than life like sideshow attractions, you know?
Well, I mean, even look at someone like Eddie Guerrero. Like the dude had like was like oh who someone put it I forget who put it best. Like he was the prototypical like what you wanted as a wrestler. He could do everything. And you go back
Everything,
and watch
anything
him.
you put in front of Eddie, he can do.
He
And
did it.
let me tell you a story. I met him once. This was either 2002 or 2003 when I lived in Tampa.
Okay.
Him and his family were at the mall.
Yeah.
He had a hoodie and sunglasses on, trying to keep low key.
Yeah.
Walked by him. I said, I know you're not trying to blow up the spot or anything, and keep it low key. I just want to say thank you for all you've done for the business and the hard work and busting your ass as much as you have. Do you know he stopped to talk to me for about 20 minutes while his family was in the store?
Did
And
he?
yet
That's
he was
awesome.
so gracious. I would say 90% of every interaction I've had with wrestlers have been overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah. I met Finn Balor actually at my gym last March.
Nice,
And I walked
awesome.
I'm like, and I was like, I'm sorry, are you Finn Balor? He goes, I'm like, dude, I just want to say like because this is right after this is like a year after he had the match with uh it was his Edge, the one in the Hell in the Cell, right?
Yeah,
And I said, dude, that match is a top 5 all time for me now. And like his he's like thank you. I'm like, dude, no, like the what y'all two went through, like that was insane, man. I don't just mad respects to you, man.
yeah, and I love like when wrestlers are willing to give that time to them because you don't want to blow up the spot like, hey, take a photo, hey, this, that.
No,
Just normal conversation and the weirdest places. Like I met Trish Stratus at a film festival. We were just talking about action films for like 45 minutes. Like
that's
apparently I
cool.
did not know she was an action movie junkie. Uh,
Really, I would never guessed that.
I wouldn't have either. Ran into Jericho one time at an Albertsons in the early
Okay,
2000s, like super early in the morning.
that's
uh, it's crazy where you meet these wrestlers. I've had a few bad experiences, but I don't like to talk bad about people who are no
that's
longer
fair.
with us. So I'll refrain.
I I met Kevin Nash at a con one time, and I was in line for someone. I was like in front of his booth, and I was like, and me and someone else just started talking to him. He was like the nicest dude, and I was like, "How did you?" He goes, "If you mind me asking, how did you like like the punishment you went through?" Because Kevin Nash is a big dude,
Yeah, yeah.
and he was like, "Man, he goes 6-pack and some Vicodin, and I'd pass out, and I wouldn't feel the pain." I'm like, "God,
That
okay."
sounds like something Kevin Nash would say.
But he was such a
Oh,
nice guy. It was I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool." But yeah, it was yeah. But yeah, I yeah, it's uh, uh, and how they rumbled. I mean, it's I do get tired when people say like, "Oh, wrestling is fake." Like, no, it's scripted, but it's not fake.
scripted, even I'll go so far as to say sometimes choreographed, but fake, like just taking bumps. I remember a buddy of mine was going to a wrestling school. This was like 98, 99,
Yeah,
and I wasn't training. I they didn't want anyone screwing around in the ring who wasn't there, but because I helped put together a ring and stuff, I
yeah,
just to shoot the shit. Uh, Took a couple bumps, and I was like, "No, I don't think this is for me." Ran the ropes, just running the ropes a few times with welts on my side. Like, no, I'll leave this to the professionals.
yeah.
I'm not built for this.
Well, like yeah, like there's definitely the times where you can hear them go, okay, like gonna whip you, or like they are choreographing it like on the spot, which is ridiculous.
Well,
Some,
I would say
some
not as on the spot nowadays. You do see a lot of choreography, especially with a lot of newer wrestlers. Um, I mean, which there's nothing wrong with it. Uh, Shows like NXT, where you're dealing with a lot of people who are very green, just starting
Mhm.
business, and anyone who's watched wrestling for a while can kind of put together. They're going from spot to spot to spot, and
Yeah,
there's not a lot of music between the notes yet, but they're gonna get there.
yeah. No, it's just, I showed my dad the spot from just Jay jumping off the top of the cage and
Oh,
into Jacob on the table. And my dad's like, "Did he hurt his arm?" I'm like, "No, he's hurt. He's holding his ribs because they're probably bruised to hell."
yeah, I now cringe now. Jumping off the cage used to be just whatever. Ever since Adam Copeland Edge, he took a dive off the top of a cage a few months ago and in AEW and landed on his feet somehow. And I don't know if it was his ankle or his knee, but yeah, he's
Oh
out. He's
yeah.
been out. He's been out
Oh
ever since.
yes. Yeah. That. Oh, he landed just. It was just a wrong. Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if he like started second guessing the jump
Yeah.
or yeah, something went wrong, but hopefully he heals up soon, man.
Well, that's like when they were in oh when they were in Scotland a few months back, and the rope wasn't tight, and Bianca Belair it was Jade jumped up top of the ring and went to jump, and she slipped because the ropes were like
Oh, jeez.
wobbly. I'm like, oof.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's loose ropes. Honestly, have caused injuries. I've
Oh yeah.
seen it on several shows.
Oh yeah. That's insane.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have all the respect in the world for pro wrestlers and what they
Oh
do
same.
because not just them, the crew, the camera crew, the announcers, everyone on the road that many days a year.
Oh, real quick. God, what's his name? He is Steiner's son. What is? I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, Braun Breaker,
Braun Breaker.
that dude is a freak of Nate. He's going to be a main eventer sooner rather than later.
The the move he does where he jumps off the top rope and like twists. I'm just like,
Someone
how
his
much?
size should not be able to do that, and
No,
it's really impressive. Look, I think
very.
I don't know if Undertaker was the prototype for big guys are not supposed to be able to do that, and now we have like an entire generation of wrestlers that are that size that are able to do ridiculous high flying stuff.
Ridiculous high. And then when he runs the ropes, it's just like, dude, like I am no.
His speed running the 40 has to be unreal.
I'm getting out of his way. There's people out I'm like, will I take a bum shot? Like I'll take a hit from Braun. No, no, thank you.
Oop.
I'm like, I am throwing myself down, like pretending to get hurt. Nope, I'm pulling an Eddie. Like, no, I'm gonna get hurt.
He's probably the first person since New Jack where I said I will never take a hit from him, worked
No,
or
him, and if I'm not moving, a spear from Roman. That's a big dude.
he's a big dude, but he's safe. He's a safe worker, so I would
Oh yeah, he is.
probably take one from him.
I'm just saying like as like if he wasn't safe, if he was just going full
Oh,
on like spearing
yeah.
me, no.
Man, or Goldberg. Some of those spears that he used to nail people with in WCW.
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh God, no. God no. All right, Gene. The reason you're here, it is Avengers for Dummies. It is right here. It is available for pre-order right here. Let's pull it up real quick. Boom. Avengers for Dummies. Dude, what the hell? I saw this. I'm like, dude, the minute I saw this, I'm like, I need to get Gene on the goddamn show because this is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I
I've had to sit on this one for quite a while until the announcement was made public.
This is fantastic. What? How? Okay, so walk us through. How did this happen? How did you get Avengers for Dummies?
Uh, Word of mouth, apparently.
Okay.
There were people involved in the project. There were editors involved in the project. I guess I kept my nose to the grindstone.
Yeah.
Try to not act a fool on social media, which some creators. I mean, I'm not completely unguilty of that, but some creators do need to rein it in a bit.
Yeah,
But
dude.
that
I tell our governor to go fuck himself at least, once a month. So
fair. No, I mean fair, very fair. But yeah, just putting in the work, putting in the
mhm.
work, more putting in the work,
Dude,
and
you were every time I pull up Facebook, every post of yours is like, this shit is happening to me. I'm still writing. And I say this with all due respect. You're one of the hardest working people I see on my Facebook. It's never like, oh, I'm taking vacation. It's, oh, I did this, and now I'm putting in this chapter. I had to take care of my mom. Now I'm putting in this chapter. Dude, you put in that work, and it's a all respect to you, man. You're just insane with it.
I appreciate it, man. And as you know, the last 2 years have just been
Oh yeah,
the the storm that just never ends. From
yeah,
like you mentioned, issue like caring for my mom after she had a
yeah.
stroke. Uh, going back to college when I'm already working 2 or 3 jobs, caring for family, and trying to carve out time to be able to write in between all of this. It's been a challenge and a half, but I, there are days I think it's never going to pay off. It's never going to pay off. But if I go back and look at it, like 2017, when I was doing sports journalism
Yeah.
for the site in Tampa, got nominated for Best of the Bay Sports Writer. Okay, that was nice. 2019, and then Puerto Rico Strong, one of the anthologies that I had stories in, won
Right,
Eisner
yes.
Award for Best Anthology. 2021, I entered a couple of animated screenwriting contests, made quarters in one and semifinals in another. Which okay, that means I don't completely suck. And then last year, when the Ghoul Agency got nominated for the Ringo Award for Best Kids Comic,
Yeah.
I was blown away. So like, my work is not dog doo doo. So I'm making progress.
And my buddy KJ, who's been commenting, he'll be the first one to say, as long as you're putting like one foot in front of the other and you keep going forward, it's progress, and that's all you can really hope for.
Thanks,
So Avengers for Dummies. I mean, let's be real here. I think a lot of people. I think you have a lot of people who need this book. I don't think they understand comic books. I don't think people who are reading comic books are wanting or can grasp reading comprehension.
Well, I don't know if I would go that far. I do know that most of the people who know Avengers
Yeah.
probably know them from the movies.
Yeah.
Or even the animated series, like the criminally underrated Earth's Mightiest Hero series from 2010 to
I'm
2012.
gonna be honest. I have not watched that yet.
I would say I know people are going to argue X-Men 97. I need to give it a few more seasons before I call it best of all time. But outs, outside of that, I think Earth's Mightiest Hero is by far and away Marvel's greatest animated series they've ever done. It's on par with the DC animated universe stuff by Bruce Timm and
Fuck.
Paul Dini.
Okay. Yeah, because
He-
oh, hold on. What's Paige is giving a shout out to Scott McCloud series I'm making. Ooh, okay. Yes, Scott McCloud is great. Yes, KJ. I have watched clips I have watched clips of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and I'm like, it's one of those things where like I need to watch this, right? Like I love X-Men '97. X-Men '97 like exceeded all expectations.
Yes, it did. My only gripe, I think they tried to cram way too much into 10 episodes. It needed a good 3 or 4 more because like cramming Inferno into one episode, like of all the episodes, I think that was the most egregious. The Jean Grey Madeline Pryor that needed a two-parter. Um, but that's just me. That's just me.
Yeah. Here's I will 100% agree with you. That was my only gripe with X-Men '97 as well. And I think it was because they didn't know if they'd get a second season. So Bodemar was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just get what we can. And if we get a second season, maybe we'll. But like the original run had like 3, 4, like the Phoenix Saga was like a 5-episode like mini series, right? Like they had 2 or 3 parters.
Well, I would think didn't seasons 3 and 4 have like way more than season 1 had 13 episodes, and I thought it was not too long, not too short. Got to the point.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, season 2 also had 13. It was 3 on where they really expanded. It had what 18 or 20 episodes, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. But I mean, X-Men '97. But like watching clips of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, I'm like, all right, this is fantastic. This is great. I do need to watch it.
A funny story. Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
When I was trying to make a name in animation, I have a few contacts, but I thought way higher of myself than what my station truly was. I tried pitching a revival of Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Did you?
Paid to have some artwork done, the pitch deck and everything, and kind of just collecting dust.
I mean, I've definitely I haven't pitched any of it, but I've definitely have stuff that I'm like, wow, if I can like the one I had a really cool Shield idea, like a whole series and everything. The one I would love to do, and I told Hasbro, I told the G.I. Joe team this, not on air, obviously, but like when I was talking to them, I'm like, if I ever get a chance to make Mask, I've got the trilogy.
Let me please tell me you read the reboot series that was done back in the 2010s by Brandon Easton.
No, I have not read that.
Of this universe.
I've heard it's fantastic.
Universe. Yes, you must pick it up.
Okay. Yeah, I heard it was amazing, and I'm like, all right, I need to go because that was I kind of Wikipedia'd it a little bit. And I was like, I like this, I like that. All right, so Jay, before I let you go, what can we expect from Avengers for Dummies? Like what?
Well, this book is a deep dive for people who may have only know the Avengers from the movies or from our generation.
Yeah.
Notoriously the people who only read X-Men, Batman, and Spider-Man. 90s kids.
Yes.
who never really branch outside of that. This is kind of just a deep dive of who the characters are, and when I say the characters, I mean every person who was ever an Avenger.
Yeah.
Major villains, major storylines, the romances, the bromances, the the beginnings and ends of friendships, the clashes with other superhero teams. Everything you want to know from the Stanley run, Stanley and Jack Kirby's first several issues, all the way up to the current stuff by Jed McKay.
Nice. Now, I think my favorite romance on there is probably Beast and Wonder Man, which I was so happy.
Yeah,
I was so happy they kind of brought that back with at the end of X-Force. I thought it was really, really well done. But what if that's everyone's? What is your favorite bromance? What's your favorite like these two guys or two girls?
I think I have uh, two of them. One I did not like at first because there was the power dynamic at play that I wasn't a fan of. But
Okay.
Tony and Rhodey.
Okay.
But in the modern age, I believe the friendship has been written a lot better than
Yeah.
back in the day when Rhodey was an employee of
Yeah.
Starks. That one, and I've grown very fond going back and rereading the Roger Stern run. The friendship between the Wasp, uh, Photon, Monica Rambeau, and
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
Okay.
That because I was never the biggest fan of the Wasp up until that run
Gotcha. Gotcha.
where she was team leader and she grew so much as a character.
Yeah.
And that
Okay.
run made me a huge fan of Monica Rambeau. Even to this day, she's like my top 10 all-time Avengers.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. Yeah. 'Cause when I saw your top 10, I was like, okay, this is the man who knows his Avengers. Because my top 10 is like the standard. But I was like, I'm like, your top 10 was like, oh, okay, he's going that. Okay.
I don't know if I went super deep in the vault. Like I didn't pick like Gilgamesh, whether the Eternals or Demolition Man or any of those guys, but they're not. Well, Iron Man makes my list. He's like my all-time favorite superhero,
Yeah.
very first comic I ever read. But I get crap because a lot of people think that it's because of the movies. And I'm like, I've been reading the comics since 1987.
Yeah. That's like whenever anyone asks me like my favorite X-Men, it's always Cyclops.
that
And
he's become quite the badass in the 21st century.
right, and like for me, it was like reading comics. I'm like, oh, he wears glasses. As a kid, I was like, oh, he wears glasses. I wear glasses. I used to have to wear glasses before I got LASIK. And so I always like kind of jived with that. But then like you saw a character that you know when written poorly was a bad character. That's any character. That's any character when written poorly.
Yeah, any character.
But when written well, especially with who's writing the new X-Men run? Is it
Gail Simone.
Gail Simone's on it, and then McKay.
McKay is writing the other one. Yes.
Yeah. The fact that he's giving Cyclops like PTSD and anxiety attacks, I'm like, oh, that makes 100%. Like that makes sense.
With the stuff Summers has been through, man, and I think the beginning of that really started in Grant Morrison's run and Joss Whedon's run. Those were the seeds of like we're going to push Scott Summers forward as a character and such great character work. Like those runs of like the 2000s and the 2010s. Like same with Hawkeye with Matt Fraction's run.
Oh, God, I love that run.
So much work. Same, I'll say Matt Fraction's Iron Man probably.
That was really good.
Yeah,
it was really good.
If I had to rank like all-time runs, of course, I would say Michelini Layton's at the top. Fraction is like I don't even want to say number 2. I want to say they're 1A and 1B.
That's fair.
That's how good those runs were. And Iron Fist, the Fraction Brubaker, David Aja stuff.
I need to read that so badly.
Universe.
I love Matt Fraction's writing. Like, and I like his Hawkeye. I have the whole. I just flipped a few of them. But I have like the first 10 still. But I have that whole run, and I went back and I bought the book so I can like read.
Yeah, I found. A matter of fact, the same week I found the Hawkeye omnibus and the Matt Fraction Brubaker Iron Fist omnibus as well.
I need to get that.
It's so good, and I argue that Iron Fist Danny Rand is a great character. So many people saw the TV show and said, "No, he's not."
You know what's sad, and I was hoping for more, and maybe we'll get it later. But the Danny Rand. I mean, it's hilarious. Like his girlfriend's Misty Knight, or she was. I don't know if
well in that run, yeah, she was.
Yeah. And then his best friend is Luke Cage. Like, and they're such good. Like those are the they're like that's his dude. Like
Yeah.
one of the funniest things in New Avengers was when Danny Rand was like, I own this, and Luke Cage's like, well, I'm gonna run it. And he's like, do you have $1? I haven't. I don't have my wallet. Because you're a billionaire. He's like, I don't have my wallet on me. And it was just like this great back and forth between like Luke, this like hulking Luke Cage and Danny Rand is like, I'll just sell to you for $1, but do you have? And he's like looking for a wallet in his suit, and he's like,
that was one of the great bromances of all bromances.
oh yeah,
I would say it has to be a top 5 all time one.
It for me in Marvel, it's number 2, only behind Reed Richards and Ben Grimm.
Yeah, that's such a criminally underrated duo right there. Like their friendship has survived a lot. And I would say Luke and Danny are the only ones that beat it out for me. Are, well, if we're going into DC as well, I would say Cyborg and Beast Boy from the Teen Titans. I would say Iron Man and War Machine. That friendship, I think, has survived quite a bit.
I'm gonna. Did you read Tom Taylor's Nightwing?
I'm not caught up, but I read the first 2. First 2 volumes.
The brotherhood between Dick and Wally and Dick and Roy.
And Roy, yes, I agree.
Like hopefully I'm not spoiling for you, but when Wally finds KG Beast, and he's like, "Oh, you're the one who almost killed my friend," like, boom, like he just goes supersonic on it.
Yeah, like that friendship has always been a great one to read. And there's some like one with men and women that I think don't get enough props. I think if anyone who's read The Outsiders, Black Lightning and Katana, like that's a criminally underrated.
Duo. Yes. I'll do that. And then before I go, I have to go back to Nightwing and Wally West, just because whenever Wally carries Nightwing, he's like, piggyback or carrying. He's like, you've gone through time. There has to be another way. He's like, nope. Piggyback, carries. God, he's so embarrassing. Like Wally's like carrying him like a baby.
Wally is such a smart ass.
And you know what? I'm so glad that they brought Wally back, because after 52, like they ruined him, and then like, no, Wally is a great character.
Oh yeah, Rebirth. I remember when the day that Rebirth #1 came out.
Yeah,
every Flash fan I knew like running out of comic stores, crying, shouting tears of joy and everything.
So good. But yeah, I love Tom Taylor's arc, his whole run, but just the fact that like you've gone through his time and it's either baby or piggyback. You're like, yep, pick one.
Although, how has Tom Taylor not written Green Arrow yet? It's like the character that's like custom tailor made, no pun intended.
If Tom Taylor did Green Lantern, I would love to see him do Green Arrow, Green Lantern, like do a Denny O'Neil.
That would be great. That would be great,
especially with the way he's doing it. That'd be amazing. Gene, we're about to jump into fantasy football. Did you want to hang around and talk a little football? Or did you gotta go, buddy?
I really want to talk football, despite the fact that I'm a Giants fan. But I think I may have to wrap it up. Got to get back to writing. But yeah, thank you very much for having me on.
Look, Gene, I want to have you on again because we have a lot more comic book stuff to talk about. That was absolutely fantastic, and yeah, dude, I'm sorry about your Giants, buddy. They oof.
Hey,
oof.
You win some, you lose all the rest.
Oh, real quick, when do y'all fire y'all's head coach? End of the season? Like, is it Black Monday for y'all?
Oh, you think it's gonna make it to the end of the season?
You know what? Hold on, real quick, before you get to writing, I'm gonna bring on. Hey, Derek, you there, buddy?
Yes,
There
sir.
you are. What's up, buddy? What's up? Okay, sorry.
Hello, Gene.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. So I am saying that the Giants head coach lasts till the end of the season because who else are they going to hire?
I still say they're going to do one of those like week 17 ones.
Really?
Yeah. They always do that thing where they fire him like at the very end, but like not the exact end, but like pretty close to the end, to where they're just like, yeah, we're just getting this over with.
Wild card week, yes.
Yeah. They'll just be like, let's just get it over with.
I'm in total agreement with you.
Yeah. I really thought they were gonna that was gonna happen for the Bears coach too, but I guess he embarrassed himself too early.
I didn't see what happened until after the fact. Like,
I saw that, and Derek, I think I texted you like, dude, did you see this? Or you texted me?
No, I texted you.
Yeah.
I think because I couldn't. I was watching the box score on my phone because I was at work, and I was like, how did they end up losing this game? I thought they were going to take it, and then you had to tell me.
Yeah, I was channel surfing, so I didn't quite see everything until long after the fact.
Like, Detroit had that game for like the longest time, and then all of a sudden the Bears like crept up on them out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right. Because Derek and I talked about this last week. Like, when does the Chicago Bears coach get fired? At the end of the season, or does he get a reprieve if they, somehow miraculously, went out? And that morning, I was like, dude, they like
already happened.
And for the first time in Bears history, they fired a coach mid-season. It's like, damn, how bad?
Well, being fair, coach firing is only going to be in the news for a little bit because it seems like there's always news about a coach this season. Like, that lasted how many days before, like, with D'Amico Ryans with the late hit?
He was sliding. I'm sorry.
Oh boy, we're gonna have fun with this one later. I can already tell.
Give him one game. The quarterback is sliding. Even Tom Brady said, "Look, this is not 100% on him. This is also on Trevor Lawrence. This is because, and I'm gonna say this right now, quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, like they'll fake a slide and then they'll keep running, and the defense doesn't know what to do. No, I'm sorry. Once you get outside that pocket, Derek, you're a running back.
Yeah, because there's not like full like clip shows showing what a dirty player this guy is. He's done so many headhunting on so many. There are full clips on Instagram now that show what a dirty player he is. I'm sorry, that's where he loses his credibility.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that one. It's just I understand the coach standing by his players, but sometimes it's best to keep your mouth shut or say it's being investigated.
Yeah, I mean, say like we're gonna talk or we're looking into it.
Yeah. I think the reason why a lot of people are also coming to his defense was the like
because he's on Jacksonville.
Well, yeah, no one cares about that. But like the hate he's getting for being a Muslim and he's getting all this Islamic hate. I'm like,
that's true.
You come a dirty player.
Quite a bit of it on social media.
I saw people posting about it who I've never seen post anything about football ever, but they're posting about this because of his political stance. I'm like, oh great, now you're jumping on it. It's like, oh boy, here we go.
Now you have a problem.
Yeah.
Also,
now they have an opinion on sports ball.
Exactly.
Sports ball. Hey, Gene, have you met Stephen Platt by any chance?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I would love to have met him. Autograph, like everything of mine.
No, yeah, I'm a big fan of his, but I saw him at New York Comic Con, and he was talking to somebody else, like a father and a son, and it was like I walked up like mid conversation, so I didn't interrupt, but they were totally like they were Bills fans and they were talking Giants with him and stuff. So I asked him afterwards, and I'm just like, "So you're a Giants fan?" He's like, "Yeah." And this was, of course, way back in October when Daniel Jones was fully the quarterback, and I'm just like, "You like Daniel?" He's like, "Nope."
I knew Stephen Platt was a good guy. He likes charity cases like me.
Gene, look, as a Giants fan, this has got to kill you, and the fact that the GM's son said, keep Saquon, get rid of Daniel, basically. And the GM's like, all right, cool. And then they get rid of Saquon, who's up for MVP. And they kept Daniel Jones, who they just released. Like, that's got to kill you, man.
There's just so much drama surrounding it. Like, the fact that Tom Brady is in this discussion now because of comments that he made, and that completely superseded the story about Daniel Jones, is just the state of the NFL right now, I guess. Or the fact that, how about, I don't know how you guys feel. I think Tom Coughlin deserves Hall of Fame. Maybe I'm alone in that, but I think his numbers were pretty solid as a coach.
Well, he won 2 Super Bowls, right?
Yeah, and I mean, look, and also, I mean, if Eli Manning's in the discussion for Super Bowl for Hall of Fame, I mean, Coughlin got him there. So I mean,
and their defense was stacked back then.
Mm-hmm. Although I will say, I've never been a Giants fan, but there was a moment that I found so goddamn satisfying. It's after y'all won I think it was your second Super Bowl. It was the year after Tiki Barber retired because he talked shit on Eli.
Yeah.
And my favorite moment was Tiki was covering the Super Bowl. The Giants win, and he has to interview Eli wearing a Super Bowl championship shirt. I'm like, oh, this is so satisfying for me because Tiki talks so much shit. Eli wins, and then Tiki, it's karma. Oh my god! I'm like, oh my god.
We've been through our ups and downs, and admittedly, I don't keep up with the NFL as much as I do the NBA. Like, but I try to watch every bit of Giants media, not just the games, but just to keep hope alive, I guess.
Gene's like that guy that just like whips himself, just like those like priests, such like I need to penance myself, clean myself. Let me watch the Giants. Oh my god!
I think you guys are in a better place than the Jets, at least.
Yeah. Well, no one could ever say I'm a bandwagon Giants fan because I don't think that exists.
Like, Tyrone Tracy's pretty good, and you got Malik Neighbors now. Like, I think you just need a quarterback, and you guys might be okay.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't expect much out of the draft unless they just flub the rest of the season, which could happen. I mean, not saying they would do it intentionally, but honestly, because they're looking not the worst in the NFL, I don't see them getting really, really good stuff in this year's draft. Although I do need to take a look at some of the NCAA seniors and people coming out at the end of the year. So draft is going to be interesting for several teams, though.
You never know. Like, look at how late Bo Nix went, and look what a surprise he's been. He's been better than a lot of the guys that went above him. So you never know. There's sometimes those late guys at the end.
Bo went like 6. Bo didn't go late.
Compared to that means 5 other quarterbacks went above him. That's kind of late.
No, he went number. I thought he went number 6.
But I'm saying there was so many quarterbacks that went before him, is what I'm saying. Like, he was like almost like the last of the quarterback class, is what I'm saying. Like, he went at the end.
Like, if he was 6th quarterback, that means overall he was like pretty far down there.
NFL draft 2024. When did he go? Because I swore he was a.
Because I remember that they were saying that he was the last one on the board, pretty much.
Let me see here.
That's why the Raiders got so screwed, because there was nobody left after Bo Nix.
Okay,
nobody left.
Bo Nix went number 12 overall.
Oh. I know, but I think you're right. Number 6 quarterback.
But I will say it was Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May. The only quarterback who went, the only two, actually, the two quarterbacks who went before
McCarthy
that, and Penix. Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. So he like, I mean, we couldn't have predicted McCarthy's injury, but like Penix hasn't been able to show himself. But like the fact that Nix went as late as he did, I mean, there's hope for any team that you're like, hey, well, look how late this guy went. So he's like, you don't have to be the first 3 rounds.
It's true.
And it's funny talking about that draft, and it really hit me how different it. When I was a diehard 90s, 2000s NCAA everything, I can guarantee top 25 picks, a bunch of Florida State Seminoles were going. Whew, man, times have changed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's also when like a bunch of UT players were going in the top 10, 15. Yeah. Now we're back at that. We're back there again. We're gonna see a few guys leave for the draft this year, but the rivalry's back. UT's back. Hey, Gene, man, if you want to hang on, man, but if you want to get back to writing, buddy, I completely understand, dude.
This has been entertaining as hell. I'm game next go round. Next time you talking football,
every Tuesday, dude. Every Tuesday we talk football.
He's like, I got to vent Giants for a few minutes. I feel better already.
Well, as I said before, I'll never be accused of being a bandwagon Giants fan because we don't exist.
You don't exist. You are either a Giants fan or you're like football. What's that? Like exactly.
Right. Well, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. Nice,
dude.
Nice talking.
Anytime, man. Anytime, buddy. I'm gonna have to bring you back on the show because we got a lot of comic books to talk with Gene. Okay.
All right.
Dude, I like the beard.
Well, that was weird. He just went zoop.
Yeah, he was like, peace. I'm like, all right. All right, so
whose beard? Your beard?
Your beard.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. Don't shave it off. It actually makes.
Oh, well, I mean, I gotta trim it or it'll get too big.
Well, you can trim it. I'm saying don't shave it, but it actually.
Oh no, I'm far from going back to ever clean shaven. I think again. It's kind of I mean, besides the fact that I do like it personally, but part of it is also my dad really liked me with a beard. So.
You what you say, dude?
I said my dad really liked me with it. So. He was always like, you look really good in that. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't know. That's a nice little nostalgic reason that I also like to keep it.
There you go, man. No, it looks good on you, man. It looks good on you. What's up,
You're
buddy?
married, though. You're married. Stop
I
it.
am. I mean,
Did you see that thing I sent you? I know the audience is going to know what we're talking about. But
which one? What
the
audience?
Last one. Well, the people that might listen to this later.
I know. Let's see here. Yeah, Gene just messaged me thinking, oh no. I'm like, that's all right, man. You're good. Like, Ninja, vanish. All right, let's see here. Oh, here we go. What did you send me?
The wife one?
You have to like when there's a guy coming right in your face and just sits in there.
That's funny. That is funny. That is funny. That was good. Dude. So, I'm not mad.
Why are you not wearing your jersey?
Oh yeah, you're right. Because there was no like clean like.
You got to celebrate your pathetic win.
Did we win? We won. Okay.
I don't care. Your quarterback sucked ass. I'm not happy with him.
You know what? We won.
He is killing my weeks. He is killing me.
A win's a win. A win is a win.
Yes, but we're also a fantasy show. So on the fantasy side, he's killing me.
I know. You got me my points.
He should have had the best freaking day.
Dude, I was driving home. I had no idea what the hell was going on. I was like, what the shit? Why is it a field goal game? Why was it? Oh, here's why I'm mad. Here's why I'm mad. And if she hears me, she doesn't give a shit. All right.
Okay.
So I was supposed to beat Ashley in our because we played this weekend. I was supposed to win. Supposed to move up a little bit. All right. No. Her team, which I put together.
Your first mistake.
Huh?
Your first mistake.
Exactly. Whooped my ass, dude. Whooped. And then she had the audacity last night during the game to go, oh, who won? I go, you did. And she was it a lot? I'm like, yeah.
Was she playing with you or she knew?
She was legit she was legit curious.
Oh my god. So she whooped your ass and she didn't even know she whooped your ass. Those are the worst.
and then let's see here. She goes, am I doing really well in our league? I'm like, yeah, baby. Yeah, you're in third. You're in third at 8-5. And she goes, what happened to you? I go, I dropped from 4th to 6th. I'm out of the playoffs right now. And she goes, what does that mean? I'm like, well, that means if you keep going, you could win the whole league. And she goes, I want that to happen. I want to beat everybody. I want to go in their faces. I'm like, but you didn't win. She goes, they don't know that shit. I'm like, God, I love you.
Is this a money league?
No.
Okay, I was saying if she wins, she has to give you half the earnings.
It's 60-40. Okay, I'm taking that.
But okay, it doesn't matter at least then. Okay.
She's just making sure that I don't fuck up. Like, did you do my team? Like, yes, I made your team great. But yeah. And then dude, I won't lie. I was like on bated breath last night. Because I put in George Kittle on our show last week instead of, Henry Thomas from New England. And what happens?
Who the hell's Henry Thomas?
Okay, obviously George Kittle as a tight end. Henry Thomas is the Patriots tight end.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Who's Henry Thomas?
I think is it Henry Thomas?
There's Hunter Henry. Hooper. There's Hunter Henry. Oh, okay. There we go. Henry Thomas. Sorry. Henry Thomas is in ET.
Fair. Hunter Henry, fucking two first names. Yep. I put in George Kittle on our show last week. Like, all right, I'm gonna go George Kittle. I don't know. You know why I did, and because he's Brock Purdy's security blanket.
Yes, but snow.
Fuck if I knew that was gonna happen. All right.
They announced it on Friday.
Shut up. God damn it.
Well, I know this just because the reason I'm bringing it up for sake of argument on this is because I purposely did not start Jawan Jennings and I started Malik Neighbors, even though Malik Neighbors has got Drew Lock throwing to him. But I'm like, I'm not going with Brock Purdy in a snow game against the Bills. No.
Then, so like I'm watching. What were we doing? We were watching something last night. And I was like, all right. I have my ESPN app on, and I'm losing by like 10. And I was like, shit. I go, sweetie, you mind if I put the game on? Like the second half. And she's like, that's fine. She goes, do you mind if I put on Christmas music while you watch that?
Oh.
Like, quiet, Grinch. Quiet. Jesus. You stab me. It's a fucking Christmas time. It's December. Okay. Let your heart grow 3 sides.
Christmas and football, God, what a horrible combination. Why don't you put oil and water together while you're at it?
Actually, you know what? There we go. I'm gonna put this on my shoulder right here. Here we go. There we go. Anyway, I don't know where to put this. I'll put it over there. I'm watching the game. I'm texting my buddy Eric, and I'm like, God damn it. And he's like, what? I'm like, I am losing by 10. I need Sutton to do something.
Oh, yeah, he didn't have that good of a game.
Didn't matter. Didn't give a shit because he got me my yardage. He got the yardage. That's all I cared about. But he was like, Eric just goes, the game is drunk. You'll do fine. Don't worry. And we'll get to what he did for me. But oh, dude, it was.
So you pulled it off, you're saying?
Huh?
You pulled it off?
I pulled it off.
Okay.
I was down 105 to 116 and ended up winning 121 to 116.
Oh damn.
Actually, you know what? You know what? Screw it. Let's get into it. Because
it's one of those. It's crazy because I mean I watched the game, but I'm saying, can you imagine if you hadn't been watching the game and you saw that score and you're like, wow, Bo Nix must have had a great game, or oh, Cortland Sutton must have had a great game, and you would have looked and like, no, not really.
No. Shit. Browns quarterback, Jameis Winston.
Jameis? Yeah.
Jameis threw. They joked on ESPN. He threw 6 touchdowns, but only 4 for the Browns. Dude, that one the like 30 seconds where like Bo Nix throws like a 80-yard touchdown, and then Jameis throws like an 80-yard touchdown. You're like,
oh, that was great. Those 2 plays back to back were nuts.
They were nuts. I'm like, I remember watching going, what the shit is happening here?
I had a league. Unfortunately, it's a league that I'm probably doing almost the best in, but it's a non-pay league and it's a league I care least about. But
Yeah.
I started Jerry Jeudy in that league. Let's just say by the end of the matchup, I had almost beaten my opponent by double the points.
Ooh, Jesus.
Because Jerry Jeudy went off so much.
Yeah, dude. And actually, I was like, you know what? I'm cool with this because if Jerry Jeudy scores, that means Broncos get the ball back, and I'm okay with that.
And I had Bo Nix too, so I had Bo Nix and Jerry Jeudy. So yeah, even though Bo Nix didn't do that much, but I was already winning by I think 10 points, and then you throw those 2 in, yeah, I won by a lot.
Dude, like I won't lie. Bo Nix could end up taking that offensive rookie of the year, man.
I would almost, considering his schedule versus Jane Daniels' schedule, I think he's going to, because I think Jane Daniels got a harder schedule. But I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. I mean, it honestly doesn't matter because, come on, the Broncos aren't going anywhere. Even if they make the playoffs, they're not going anywhere. Whoever they play first, they're going to lose to. Let's be honest. They play Buffalo, they're going to lose. They play the Ravens, they're going to lose. They play the Chiefs, they're going to lose. They're going to play the Steelers, they're going to lose. It doesn't matter.
That is true.
They can have some naive optimism for next year.
That is very true. Let's see my ESPN real quick. CJ Stroud was projected 28, got me 24. Devon got me 23. Chuba got me jack shit. That scared me.
Oh, I know. This is the first bad game he's had almost all year, huh?
It is. Jamar Chase got me what they put. Nico Collins got me what I projected. George Kittle, 14 points, got me 1. That scared me.
I'm just realizing you're in trouble next week because Houston's on a bye.
Yeah, we're gonna get to my team in a second.
Like your whole team.
Yep. And what was annoying me is like I have Kittle with 1, and here's Hunter Henry sitting with 14. I was like, God damn it!
I started him. I only have him in 1 league, but I picked him up halfway through the year, and because the Cowboys guy's been freaking terrible, so I've been going with Hunter Henry ever since.
I mean,
it's been a great surprise. Freaking Zach Ertz, man, that guy's been money for like a month. Every week he gets a touchdown.
Well, this week will be interesting because I've got again. Luckily, I have, I still have H.N. Hubbard, Jamar Chase. I got Jordan Addison. Kittle might.
Yeah, but Hubbard's got to play the Eagles. Good luck with that.
Wait, who plays? Oh, I know. But I mean, I don't have anyone else where I can go with.
Oh no, trust me, I get it. Like I have freaking James Conner and Kyler in our league, and they play Seattle next week. And remember what happened last time they played Seattle? Yeah, they got destroyed. So I'm not optimistic about it.
Wait, which team?
Arizona playing Seattle.
Oh yeah. So here's
I'm not looking forward to it at all.
I'm dropping Jalen Warren. I need Stafford. I need a quarterback. And then I'm dropping Justin Tucker for Minnesota's kicker.
Why would you drop Justin Tucker, huh? Why? He's so good.
Dude, Tucker's a Hall of Famer. Shut your mouth. But he's just having a bad.
That doesn't matter this year. It doesn't matter what he's done previously.
He's having a bad streak. Okay.
Yes, he is.
But here's my next matchup. Here's what I'm not. Cause I'm playing Sarah. She's in second, and right now
she's in second. Good for her.
Yeah, she's.
I like her team name.
Yeah,
I didn't understand it until you said it's a girl. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, she's like the only girl in the league. Yeah. Like this is gonna be a close game because she's got like Derrick Henry's out, her tight end's out because she has Taysom Hill. I feel bad for Hill. This is gonna be and who's her backup quarterback? Let me see here. Oh, show bench. Here we go. She's got no one, so she has to pick up a quarterback. And dude, let me just tell you right now, like here are the quarterbacks that are available.
You already know she's in trouble.
I have priority over her. When it comes. So Anthony Richardson, Rodgers, Stafford, Williams. Those are the quarterbacks she can get from. And I have priority 1, so I'm getting Stafford already. Like I'm going Stafford against Buffalo. Like she's gonna get Caleb against San Fran. Like Anthony's got to buy. Like she doesn't have Bryce Young against Philly. Tommy DeVito. Like
Tommy DeVito.
She probably would go Cooper Rush. She's a huge Cowboys fan. I'm like,
oh, my condolences to her.
Right. So, it's one of those things where like I should. The reason why it's a big deal is if we go to the standings, I'm in 4th at 8-5. Projected playoffs is.
Is this the last week?
We've got 2 more weeks. I got 14 and 15.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like she's projected, but she's projected to beat me by 4. But this is also without 2 players. So, it'll be interesting to see. But even, God forbid, I lose, and I go.
Are you in a must-win?
If I go 8-6, and he say like I'm on a mission from God, wins, and he goes 8-6, I would still win because I've got a higher fantasy points per game. Yeah, because I'm at oh, he has more than me. Shit, by 5.
Uh-oh.
All right, I'd be fucked. But I have a 64% chance of beating it, which is nice. He has a 43% chance, and then
so you have to win this week?
If I lose, I could lose and still get in, but I don't want to lose. We'll put it that way.
Well, no one wants to lose. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's my ESPN. I feel confident. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna, let's see here. Let me go back to my team real quick because I'm not like obviously I'm not gonna drop CJ Stroud. Like I would, even if I keep Stafford, but like the last games I've got left, I got Miami, Kansas City, Baltimore, and Tennessee. Like that's
I had a choice between Stafford and Knicks in one of my leagues, and I picked up Stafford for that first week, and it was that week that he played. Was it Miami, and he got totally shut down. I dropped him immediately, picked up Knicks, and I've been riding him ever since. Because that's the league that I had Dak in.
I mean, I don't blame you. Okay, hold on, let's see.
No, but I'm saying I got lucky that Knicks was available and that I got him.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Okay, here, let me just get through it. Like Gene talked about his Giants, let me talk about me getting beat by my wife by 41 points. 41 points. My wife, original projection, I was supposed to win by 2. She whooped my ass by 41 points, dude.
And she didn't even know it.
Didn't even how? Look at Irving, 24 points.
Oh yeah, he had the freaking game.
Yeah, for the most part, like, look, dude, like for the most part, like we were like neck and neck, like boom, 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 I'm trading blows, like then she like haymakers me. Kittle does nothing. Laporta does like his usual 12. Then boom, boom, boom. San Francisco -4, Detroit's 6. I'm like, God damn it. But then
hold on. Did you start San Francisco's defense against Buffalo?
Shut up.
What were you thinking?
I wasn't. It was a holiday, and I didn't think. I forgot about it.
No, see, that's what you say. I wasn't thinking. I messed up. Okay, then it makes sense.
I mean,
it's like no one in their right mind would have started San Francisco versus Buffalo with the way San Francisco's been playing.
And I should and looked at
and in the snow.
And if I had played Schultz and the Rams, here's the thing: even if I had played Schultz and the Rams, that I would still lose. I would still.
No,
lose.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm making fun of your Niners choice. That's all.
Shut up. Shut up. Okay, so let's see.
Okay, you're gonna want to make fun of me for later, so.
I know. Next week, I mean, I have to go Brock Purdy against Chicago.
That should go well though.
We'll see. Hopefully. But like he like John isn't paying attention because he still has Olave in, so I'm like, all right, he's not paying attention.
Oh, he's really not paying attention.
Yeah. So I should win.
I hate quitters. I'm not saying anything bad about John because I don't know him, but I hate quitters.
Yeah. If I can win this game, then I should be able to get back into 5th. But I think if we were to look at, let's see here, to do league, let's see.
There should be no if he's starting Olave. You should be fine.
Yeah, I know, but right now, like my wife has clinched a playoff spot. She has clinched a playoff. And I'm still okay.
Not that she's aware.
Yes. I did quarterfinal, first game. Me versus my wife.
That's right now though.
If everything ended right now, we play each other.
It'll probably change.
I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
I doubt I am guessing that she she's definitely gonna freaking, keep winning. I'm not I'm not. But yeah, I've got, let's see, my next game. Oh yeah, I should win the next game. And then our league, which is, I keep doing this. I keep forgetting to swap on share screen. This bullshit league of ours. I'm in last.
To be fair, didn't you win last year?
Yes.
Okay. Well, no, Kevin won last year. Year before?
No, I think I won like recently.
Yeah, I think it was a year before maybe. So you can hush. You had your time.
I want more time.
I mean, you did get a bad end of the stick with McCaffrey though. That does hurt.
Dude, like God damn it. That is one of those look, a strained PCL. I get him back for 2 goddamn games and he hurts himself again. It's like,
and the crazy is that, did you watch the game at all?
No.
He was flying, dude. He looked amazing. He was running through people like crazy. Like he probably would have had 100-yard plus game easily. Like he was just barreling through people like nothing. He was gliding.
Dude, and then
everyone was like, "Oh my god, he looks amazing."
And then what happens?
Yeah, exactly.
What happens? Dude, I still don't know what happened with our defense Sunday. I lost. I mean, look at this. Hopkins, yeah, had a good game. Higgins had a good. I mean, he had Bijan. Bijan went off. And I'm happy that Bijan went off. I'm not saying that, but Najee Harris, and then Denver's defense is like.
Oh my, Denver's defense. Freaking 2 pick sixes. Come on now.
And then I should have played. I had Jerry Jeudy on my bench.
Well, to be fair, I mean, it is Denver. Who'd you put in over him then?
Tank Dell.
Oh, okay, that was a mistake.
I had Tank Dell.
Yeah, that's been one of my. That's been almost my worst draft of the year. I would say across my 4 leagues, he's like almost my worst pick.
And
He has
then
been absolutely worthless.
He really has.
I can't believe against Jacksonville. I put him in too, and I'm like, oh, it's Jacksonville. He'll do something. No.
Nope. And then we'll look at yours because you won by goddamn.
Well, to be fair, the guy I played, his team's not very good. And he even told me, he's like, you're going to whoop my ass. I've been terrible all year. And I'm like, you never know, man. Things happen. And
Dude,
but I really needed the win because I lost last week to the guy in like 10th place. So I really needed the win.
I remember that.
Yes.
Can we talk about the fact that, let's see here. What the shit?
What?
Dallas? That
was my Hail Mary on that one.
That was a Hail Mary. That was your Hail Mary. Because goddamn.
Because I needed a defense. And I'm like, well, the Giants suck.
The Giants are a very, very bad team.
So I'm like, and the funny thing is that they put Drew Lock, and I actually got kind of nervous because I'm like, Tommy DeVito, I'm like, oh, they're going to do fine. And then they put Drew Lock, I'm like, oh no. Then I got nervous.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah. Thankfully, it didn't matter.
It did not. All right.
The problem is I'm probably not going to be able to keep them because they're playing the Bengals next week.
No, I would get rid of them.
Yeah. Well, the problem is there's not a lot available, but yeah. We'll see. I would really like. I got first though because, thankfully, the guy in our first place in our league played against a guy who had Bucky Irving, so he got beat. So I took first back. So even if I lose this week, which I'm very likely to lose, because it's one of those my whole team's on bye. I'm losing Robinson. I lost Derrick Henry. I lost somebody else. So I'm probably going to lose already on paper, but it's fine because I'm in first place. So even if I lose, I'm still gonna make it. So that's all that matters.
Well, you ready to break down our picks for this week and talk some Week 13 football?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving football.
Oh well, wait. Before one last thing, I was saving till we're all done. Just because of we gripe about all our leagues. So I had one league where it's a money league. It's my 2 quarterback league, or one of them. Okay. The one I'm actually doing good in. And I lost by 10 points because, and this is why it's a double whammy why I'm so upset, because I bench Brock Bowers and I had Kyler Murray and CJ Stroud. And you're like, well, you played your 2 best quarterbacks, right? Right? Do you know who was on my bench? Do you know who my third is?
Josh Allen?
No, come on now. Give you a hint. We were just talking about him.
Bo Nix?
No, close. Jameis Winston.
Oof.
So I lost by 10 points, and all I had to do was put in Jameis Winston. But who in their right mind would have put in Jameis Winston versus the Broncos over those two? No, of course you wouldn't, but it's so agonizing. I'm just like, dude, I would have destroyed the person I played easily if I just would have put him in. And just to see all those points on the bench is just aggravating. I was actually talking to a guy at my work, and it's funny, he made me feel at least a little bit better because he did the same thing. We both had the thing where we're not going to start Brock Bowers. He's got Aiden O'Connell who hasn't played in forever. He's playing Kansas City. We're not going to start Bowers? No. And then look what happened. But we both had the same rationale. We're like, there's no way he's going to have a good game. Well, apparently it didn't matter. Apparently Aiden O'Connell looked really freaking good for not playing for 6 weeks.
Dude, also, why is my screen lagging now?
I don't know.
Am I lagging on your end?
Only a fraction of a second, but yes.
That's weird.
Am I fuzzy?
No, you're fine. For some reason my internet's going crap right now. I don't know why. That's really annoying me. Aiden O'Connell looked really freaking good.
Yeah, he did. He looked really, really good. A little too late for them, but
the way that game ended.
Oh man.
Hurt me.
The funny thing is, I know, obviously, we all probably do. I know several Raiders fans, and they were all fine with it because they were like, no, we want the better pick for next year. Well, I'm glad we lost. And I'm just like, yeah, but you guys should have won. Like, but that was like all you had to do was probably, spot the ball or whatever. I'm sure they were just going to spot the ball for the next one, and then they would have kicked it. And, granted, kicks are never a guarantee, but he probably would have got it.
Yeah, I just wanted the one to beat the Chiefs. That's all I wanted. I just wanted.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Us as other fans, we want that. But I'm saying I understand the Raider fans being like, we want the pick. We don't care about winning. And it's like, I get it. But it's like that. It was such it was one of those losses that shouldn't happen. It's different when you're like, you lose, because you get outplayed, or you lose because you didn't play well enough. But it's like, it was like a stupid, mistake. That's why they lost.
So dumb.
What was I going to say? Some of the comments that I saw were so dumb though. I can't remember what it wasn't on Twitter. It was like on Instagram on some random posts, and I'm seeing some Raider fans putting, "Oh, we should have been starting Aiden all year." I'm thinking, he had a broken thumb, you idiots! Like, it's not like he was sitting on the bench reading a book. He couldn't play.
That's dumb.
People are dumb.
They are. People are dumb. People are dumb.
It's like, how much were you paying attention to your team?
They weren't.
Yeah.
No, that's dumb. I mean, let's see here. Also, I'm getting kind of tired of like Aaron Rodgers being on freaking McCaffrey's show. Like, hey, get your kissing his ass, but come on.
Oh, he has a show?
McCaffrey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not McCaffrey. McAfee. I'm sorry, McAfee.
Oh, McAfee. Yeah. Oh, that. I mean, I never watched that anyway, so.
Yeah, he's getting a little on nerves. All right.
I mean, pretty soon that's all he's gonna have time to do, because when the Jets let him go.
Yeah, it's true. All right,
that's a one where it's gonna be like, I kind of wanted just to bruise his ego. I want to see him get released before the season's over. I would love that. Piss him off, because it would piss him off.
I would love that. Yeah. All right, let's see here. We've got.
Speaking of really quick, I can't believe they lost.
Who?
The Jets. They were up like 21-3. They were destroying Seattle, and then they still found a way to lose.
Yeah. First off, here's why my computer like caught up to me, because I unplugged it from charging. I guess I was charging it too much.
Okay.
Also, the Jets. I love watching them lose. It is one of the greatest joys in my life right now to watch Aaron Rodgers lose. There is no greater, other than watching my Texans win, watching the Jets lose is a joy and a satisfaction.
I would settle for the KC losing, but unfortunately that doesn't happen.
No, because the refs won't let that happen.
Yeah.
All right. Let's jump into this. Detroit beat the Bears. We both called the Lions, but the Bears had that game until Eberflus just shit the bed. Like, wow.
Yeah, my brother was telling me, so the whole thing is what he didn't take a timeout when he could have, and like they ran a play that didn't do anything.
So what happened was they had Caleb got sacked with 33 seconds left. That is enough to run a good amount of plays. Caleb gets up, he's calling for the play, not hearing it because it's loud. The linemen aren't rushing to the line. No one's rushing. They finally call the play with like 7 seconds left. It's like you let 25 seconds run off the, like they could have done quick out routes. Like a rookie head coach would have called a timeout, said, here are the next 3 plays. Just get us in field goal range. We'll kick the field goal and go for overtime. Like this isn't rocket science. Like this is football 101.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of like, here's how you throw the ball. Here's how you catch a ball. Like when that happened, I was like, he's gone.
My brother said the same thing. My brother's like, he's done after this. He's like, that's
done.
it.
He's done. And then I mean, he's a mediocre white guy, so he'll get a head coaching job, or he'll get a coaching job somewhere. But all right, let's see here. What else?
I almost guarantee you won't be with a rookie quarterback because apparently he can't develop talent.
No, I won't be shocked. I will not be shocked though if that offensive coordinator, either he becomes head coach or they bring in someone like Vrabel who can bring that team together and keep the offensive coordinator where he is, because he's made some really good strides with Caleb.
The thing that's going to be, I think, very, very, very interesting with that team is it's going to be whoever gets picked, it's going to be someone who knows how to develop Caleb Williams. They're not going to, because Keenan's probably gone. DJ Moore is already an established veteran. They're running Swift's, been around a while, so it's not like they're trying to develop any talent. But Caleb, he's the one that needs to be developed. So like they're not going to bring in some newbie. I don't think it's going to be one of those where like the Lions OC gets it or the Lions DC gets it, or what I'm saying. All those people that they were saying might be people. Like it's going to be someone, a veteran.
I would not be shocked if it was someone like Vrabel.
Oh yeah,
gets brought in. Totally, because if he's a no nonsense coach, so he'll bring that team together. Because my brother-in-law and I were talking about the reason why we love Dan Campbell in Detroit is you look at the two running backs, right? In any other mismanaged team, those two running backs are clashing with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you got their Sonic and Knuckles. Like they legit, like we're gonna do this together, and I love that. I think it's fantastic. I love their bond. Campbell is a guy that can bring a team together. The Bears need that. If the Bears can get their shit together and come together as a team, they'll be dangerous.
The thing that's weird about them is their new OC. They were doing a lot better with him, so they actually were on the up and up. Even though it was too little, too late, but they were looking better at least. But
and that's why and there was
this guy did it to himself.
Yeah, when they promoted the guy to offensive coordinator, like they were saying, like he had a really good connection rapport with Caleb. So that's why Caleb is doing a lot better these past few games. I'm like, all right, keep him as offensive coordinator and bring in a defensive-minded coach to bring the defense together.
Now we got another promotion.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We both called Dallas.
That's crazy. What is that? The fourth coach already to be fired? Like they're dropping like crazy.
Let's see. Jets. Who else has been fired?
Wasn't there someone else?
No.
There's only been two coaches fired. That's not right.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel we're missing someone, but okay.
Well, the Giants are about to be going to lose their head coach. We both called the Packers. The Dolphins. I mean, I think the Dolphins. I don't know what's going on with them.
Man, I went down a thread that was ridiculous of this Tua versus Herbert thread. I thought it was ridiculous.
The
amount of people were trying to say Tua is better than Herbert. I'm like, you guys are freaking smoking crack. I was like, whatever. I was like, I don't know what quarterback. I'm not trying to say Tua is terrible, but where they're trying to say he's better. It's like, oh, he's throwing more touchdowns. Okay, so and like, look at his overall career numbers. I'm sure like he's not better.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's ridiculous. We both called the Chiefs, so I would have been happy to lose that game.
Oh yeah, that was one of those we were hoping it would go the other way.
But, God, they should have won. Again, the Chiefs are the luckiest 11-1 team. Luckiest. We both called Texans. Let's see here. We both called Chargers. That was a close game.
That one, remember, I was nervous about taking it, but I'm like, oh, the Falcons suck. And sure enough, they do.
Yeah. Now there's been talk because Kirk has, had 4 interceptions. Do we see Michael Penix soon? I think yes.
I think it depends on this week. They're going to give him at least another week.
Because let's see here, who
they're not going to put him in right away.
Because
the thing is like that. Steve Smith was talking on NFL Network, and he was saying like, if you put Penix in, I'm like, you're basically kissing the playoffs goodbye, because he's going to be in there trying to figure out what he's doing, trying to get acclimated, and he's going to try to be a blossoming quarterback. Fair. So you might as well giving up. If you put Kirk in, at least you're still trying.
All right, so they've got the Vikings next week.
Yeah.
If they lose to the
Revenge
Vikings,
game for Kirk.
yeah. If they lose to the Vikings,
yeah.
Raiders, Giants, Commanders, Panthers, I say you go with Penix and let him finish out the season and see what you can do.
Well, and I'm sure it'll all depend on if they lose, like if Kirk has a really good game and the defense blows it or something, and it's not his fault. But if he has another, 3 interception, no touchdown game, then yeah. Yep. They brought up he hasn't had a touchdown in 3 weeks. 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Insane.
That's ridiculous. Let's see here. We both called the Bengals, and the Steelers again found a way to just pull it out.
Tomlin, yes and no. They did win. They won by 6. I mean, that's not really a pull it out, but
yeah, it is.
Okay,
I'd say. But here's the thing. Tomlin has never had a losing season.
Well, yeah, this one clinched it again. Yeah.
That's ridiculous, insanely good, and Tomlin is a lock Hall of Fame quarterback. Coach.
I can't believe how well the Russell Wilson looked. I mean, I know we've talked about the Bengals defense plenty, but it's like, Jesus, he was like on fire.
Dude, 414, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he looked amazing.
If you told me at the beginning of the season Russell Wilson would have these numbers, I'm like, did you see him in Denver? Which again, I think it's just because maybe Sean Payton doesn't know how to coach a quarterback who can run like that.
Well, you got to remember, everyone said that he purposely shit the bed because he wanted to get rid of Russell. Like, everyone says he purposely wanted to get rid of him. So yeah. Who knows?
I know he didn't like.
He could have thrown the season for all we know.
True, very true. Let's see here. Cardinals, Vikings. You went Cardinals. I went Vikes.
Yeah, thanks, Kyler.
Just barely though. Just barely.
The crazy thing. What's the Vikings record?
10-2.
Isn't that insane? Like what?
No.
Is anyone talking about the Vikings ever any week?
No,
no one ever talks about the Vikings, but they're 10-2.
Yeah, because like everyone talks Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City, Detroit, and I'm like, and like the Vikings and Green Bay are kind of on the same level. It's like they're really good, but are they really that good? I'm like, well, they're 10-2. Like,
it's bananas. And again, another week where Justin Jefferson doesn't get a touchdown. Just nauseating.
I know. We got the Colts Pats. You won that one. I took the
Although
Colts.
I didn't think it would be this close.
Oh wait, no, shoot. I'm sorry. You took the Pats. I took the Colts. You lost that one. My bad.
Oh, really?
Yes, you took the Pats.
Oh. You know what? It must be because in my ones I do online, I took the Colts.
Yeah, right.
I guess I had a change of heart.
You took the Pats. We both took Seattle.
Wait, before did you see the end of that game by chance?
Oh, the one where Geno Smith ran it in?
No, the Colts game.
No, I didn't.
Oh, it was crazy because it was in my opinion, it was a ballsy ass move because they got a touchdown in the last minute and they were down. If they kick the extra point, then it's tied and they can go to overtime. And they went for 2 to win. But it's one of those, dude, if you don't get that 2, then the game's over. You lose. So, like, they really, they went for it.
I applaud them for doing that. I really do.
No, I do too, but it's like, that's a ballsy move.
Yeah. Let's see here. Titans, Commanders, we both picked Washington. Like, that was just.
Man, that game was ass beat.
Yeah. And I'm glad, Jaden, I think he needed this game to kind of get him and the team back, kind of like right the ship. Which I wasn't, I knew they'd pull it out, but
I want to say one of those, because we love talking our fantasy on here, of course. This is one of those things that like someone can knock me all they want and laugh at me, but I have drafted Terry McLaurin probably every year that he's been in the NFL. Sometimes on multiple teams, I've drafted him. Every quarterback he's gone through over and over again, and he's disappointing every fucking year. And this year I'm like, no, that's it. I'm done drafting Terry. Every year he's bad. It's not his fault, but it's always like it just never works out. I'm tired of I'm always like, oh, this is the year. And no, this is the year. I'm tired of it. And then the 1 year I don't draft him, look how well he's doing. Son of a bitch.
Yep, I know.
I'm so annoyed. So I gave up on him 1 year too early.
I mean, you can only, like you can't keep falling for it, but like now he actually has a quarterback. So now for next year.
Yeah, but every year they kept saying that. Oh no, this is the year. Oh no, this is the year.
But this is the actual year they actually have a quarterback.
I'm so annoyed.
I know. I'm gonna be annoyed. I'm gonna be annoyed in 2 picks because we both picked the Rams, and then because I had to make shit interesting, you went Bucks, I went Panthers. What happened?
Although it was close.
Team, and then, dude, I don't know why. Like I even when I was at home and I forgot I picked the Ravens, I was like, oh, Philly's gonna win this game. Like, oh, Philly's got this. And I was like, you know what, to make things interesting, I'll go Ravens. And what happens? This shit.
To be honest on that though, I was panicking that first half, man, because the Ravens were dominating in the first half. I was getting scared. I'm like, oh man, I think I called this one wrong.
And then and then
yeah,
we both
then Saquon got unleashed.
Yeah, Saquon got
because it wasn't even Hurts didn't win that game. Saquon won that game.
Saquon won that game.
Can we please state though? Can we please talk about real quick the NFC East? I think is it NFC East or NFC South? Whatever. What's the one with the Bucks? Is that the South?
Let me see here. I think. No, AFC. They're the AFC East.
No, with the Bucks.
Oh, the Bucks. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Go to Bucks. They are the NFC South.
Yeah, dude. Like, what a joke is that division again? Like the Buccaneers barely beat the Panthers, and the Falcons have lost 3 in a row. It's like that division is just a mess. It's like, can anyone win this division even? Are you guys trying?
Like, do you want to win?
Yeah, like I can't. Like I really thought that. I mean, I know the Buccaneers defense sucks, but Jesus, it's really bad.
Yes, it
is. I'm not trying to say it's a slight on the Panthers, anything. Like, they're getting better, honestly, but like, come on, like, there's no way that they should have been that close. Like, they should have played better.
No.
Although, hey, kudos to Bryce Young, man, he's getting better. Good for him.
And again, it's one of those things where, like, let if you have a rookie, if you're not going to develop him, don't be surprised if your team sucks that year. Like, just don't.
Yeah.
Don't hurt his self-confidence. Don't hurt his his self-esteem. Like, let the dude, like, if he has a bad game, you know what? Be like, all right.
He had some amazing throws. Some of those throws to Adam Thielen were incredible. They're calling They're really calling David Canales the quarterback whisperer now, because just every quarterback he touches, this guy turns him to gold.
Well, it's one of those things where, like, let the dude build and he'll be fine. And then we both called Buffalo because Buffalo. I'm still calling it Buffalo Detroit Super Bowl.
Well, I know I was talking about I thought Baltimore was going to make it, but now with this last game, it's just like I really thought. Well, actually, with the Charger game and this game, I thought Baltimore was better because I forget who they beat before us, but they were just looking incredible. And then, and I didn't think. My thing is I don't think Buffalo sucks, but it's just every year, who do they lose to? Every single year.
I know.
They lose the Chiefs every year. So it's just every year. I have a feeling it's going to bite them again, even though that's dumb to just assume. It's like, come on, eventually at some point they got to beat them. And thankfully, hopefully this might be the year. But it's just I'm not even trying to base it on them as a team. It's just like they always lose to the Chiefs. So it's just like I just feel they're going to lose to them again in some way, shape, or form because that's just what happens. But yeah, after watching these last 2 weeks with the Chargers and the Eagles, I've lost a lot of faith in Baltimore. I really thought they had it, and now they're not looking so great.
I think it's going to be Buffalo, Detroit, and also Saquon is it said he will beat Eric Dickerson's season rushing record, and if he does it, that'd be amazing.
Which is how much?
2,200 something yards.
Oof, man, that's a lot.
And he is on pace
to do it.
Yeah, let me see here. Hold
well,
on.
If anything, he's probably going to get a ton against Carolina.
Exactly. So let's see here. Barkley rushing. Yeah. So right now he's got 1,499, and he had and let's see here. Eric Dickerson ran for the NFL single season record in 1984 with 2,105.
Mm-hmm.
So Saquon has 5 more games left. And if we look at who Philly has left on their...
Well, I mean, like I said, that Carolina one alone.
Yeah. But, dude, he's got Carolina, Pittsburgh, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants. Like, he'll get it, even if it's just, the last game against the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
So... okay. Let's see here.
Yeah.
And then we've got
your hair's getting shaggy, sir.
Huh?
Your hair's getting shaggy.
I know. I need a. There we go. Boom. It's almost long enough to.
You gonna start going the Lance Paul man bun?
Close. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. We'll see. All right.
Yeah.
So that was. Let's go to week 14. Let's share the screen and let's share our picks. All right. So this Thursday, good game. Green Bay at Detroit. Who you got?
Oh man, I'm excited.
Same.
Lions though. Come on now.
Yeah. Same.
Like Green Bay did not look honestly that great last week. I mean, in a sense of like they shut Miami down and stuff, but they kind of like had some trouble getting going.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Love did get 2 touchdowns and stuff, and like they did well, but it's just like I don't think they're looking as good as their record reflects. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'm taking Lions too. Then Sunday we've got
the Battle of the Shitties. I'm gonna go with the Titans just because I have a feeling Trevor Lawrence isn't gonna play, and also, I mean Mac Jones is good, but I don't know. The Titans are looking in spite of this last ass whooping. They've been looking better overall than Jacksonville's look god awful. Like they don't look good at all.
No, I'm going to Titans too as well.
Although Houston had problem with both these teams somehow.
I don't fucking know why we had issues with them. We should not have lost to the Titans. Don't fucking it's annoying. We'll get them back in Tennessee, but goddamn. Goddamn. Jets at Dolphins. I mean Dolphins.
Dolphins are gonna be pissed off from losing too, and their season's kind of on the line at this point because they're like what 5-7 or something, or yeah. So I don't think they can afford to lose.
They can't, and let's see, they are. I mean, they're 5-7, and they're the.
Well, they are 5-7, yeah. So they can't afford to go 5-8.
No, they have to. They got the Jets, then they got Houston, which we should beat them, then the Niners and the Browns and the Jets again. So
that's tough.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Dolphins. We both call Dolphins. Falcons.
Well, wait, real quick. I want to say that because my brother and I were noticing this the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to bother bringing it, but you know when they do the whole, they bring up the seeding thing and then they put all those people in the hunt and stuff.
Mhm.
It's so funny because if you look at the AFC side, do you know how many teams are in the? Well, actually, let's go. Do you know how many teams? I can't remember, but like if you look at the NFC side, there's like 6 or 7 teams in the hunt column. You know when you're in the hunt in the AFC column?
How many?
2. The Dolphins and the Bengals. That's it. That shows you how terrible the AFC is. Like everyone's just that crappy. They're like, no one's gonna make it. Everyone else is like. That's the only thing that I'm feeling good about the Chargers actually at this point is they're high enough and everybody else is so far out of it that like they can actually like. I mean, not that I want them to lose, but it's like if they lose a game or two, they'll probably still make it.
Yeah, so here's the AFC. Yeah, like Kansas City, Buffalo. Let's see what that clinched or okay, clinched playoff, clinched berth. The Steelers, Texans, Chargers 8-4, Ravens. I mean, Denver. Then you got the Colts, Miami, Cincinnati. Yeah. Let's see here. Cleveland gets in, wins tiebreak over Tennessee based on strength of victory. Wins tiebreak over Tennessee based on head-to-head win percentages. I mean, and then the NFC, you've got Detroit, Philly, and then drops like Seattle, Atlanta, Minnesota, Green Bay. The fact that I thought it was shocking. The fact that Green Bay and Minnesota at 10-2 and 9-3 are in the wild card.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the NFC is so much better.
Like the AFC, like it's just like I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. But yeah, I saw that too. I saw that over the weekend too. Like, oh shit. Falcons at Vikings. Vikings.
Even though Falcons really need to win, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Nope. Saints at Giants. I'm going Saints.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, sure. I mean,
it's one of those games where like the Giants like win. Like how?
I mean, Drew Lock's not that bad. They still have Malik Neighbors. Tyrone Tracy's good, but it's just I guess it's going more. The Saints aren't that good, so it's like I mean, as opposed to even though they've been playing teams pretty tough, but like I could if there's a fluky win happening. I will tell you as a joke. So I have Bo Nix on bye week this week in that one league, and I picked up Derek Carr. I mean, you got to get someone, and I'm like, he should do well.
Do you remember how like when the Saints opened up the season, like, oh, the Saints will be really good. Look what they did in Dallas, and they're like, oh my god, what the hell was that? They're like, oh yeah, the Cowboys just suck. I mean, if there is one fluky game, I'm going to say it'll be the Saints Giants.
Yeah.
Panthers Eagles. Like I don't think we're even like contemplating that. This was one
of those traps games though. There's gonna be some guy that's gonna put like $500 game on the freaking Eagles to cover, and like they're gonna lose.
Great. Browns.
It feels like a trap.
I mean, look, I wrote down Eagles without even asking because, like, no, like that. I don't think that's a
no,
trap.
But you know what I'm saying? Those are the games that are almost like traps. Like it's like, yeah, I'm gonna put $1,000 down on this team, and then like.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's one of those like, ooh, okay. Browns.
Bryce Young has a game of his career.
Who?
I said Bryce Young has a game of his career.
Right.
I'm gonna go Steelers. That snow thing I think was a fluke. I mean, the Browns won, admirably, but I don't see it happening twice.
No, I don't either. I think that snow game was a fluke.
Although I will say I'm very impressed with like Cleveland's got a good offense. Like I think they're gonna bring it. I think this is gonna be a close game. I don't think it's gonna be an ass whooping, but I think the Steelers will pull ahead. But I definitely look at the Browns differently now.
I think the Steelers defense is better than Denver. So I think once you get the Steelers in like non-fluky situations, I think the Steelers beat Browns.
No, they'll beat them, but I'm saying like I don't think it's gonna be an ass whooping.
I say 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of? Of course, they were talking about the broadcast. What do you think of the talk that like they should make Jameis a starter?
You know what? I was thinking my dad about that. I mean, my dad thinks that Deshaun's done.
Yeah, but the problem is all the money they owe him. Like, how can you kick him out to pasture?
I don't think they kick him out to pasture. I think they just bench him. I think they just go, you know what?
Well, it's the same thing is what I'm saying. But like, how can you not play that much money on your bench?
But what are you gonna do? Like, if you play him, they're gonna lose. Like, you're winning.
I know, but I'm thinking it like the owners, not like the coach. I'm thinking the owners are gonna be like, no, we're paying this guy so much money, we got to put him out there.
Dude, and Houston is reaping the benefits of that trade.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those things that like they put the side by side numbers up, and Jameis's numbers are glowingly better than freaking Deshaun's.
Yeah, yeah. Now, if you told me again at the beginning of the season, is Jameson going to be the starter? I'd be like, I would have said I don't think so. I think Deshaun can get back, but I think Deshaun's done.
Yeah.
I think those 3 years just wrecked him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if he hadn't had the injury, and I think if he hadn't had the sexual assault charges, I think he'd be Deshaun of old, but no.
I think something happened with that injury he had last year. I think it did something to him because, like, he was looking at least semi-decent, okay. Like, he was looking rusty, but like now this next year, he looks awful. Like, so it's like, I think it did something to him.
I mean, it was like last year, like with UT football, Quinn Ewers, our quarterback, looked good, but then this year he gets injured and he looks like a different quarterback when he came back. Like, I'm like, no, you need to play Arch Manning. Play him. Mm-hmm. So, but you know, we're gonna keep going with Quinn. So, all right. Raiders at Bucks.
I'm gonna say Bucks, but I'm gonna say I won't be surprised if the Raiders win.
You know, so what?
Because if Carolina can beat them, or almost beat them, sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Raiders.
Okay.
Because if they,
I'm not gonna make fun of you at all for this.
If the Raiders play like they did last week,
yeah,
I think the Raiders can win.
Possibly.
But again, the Bucks are one of those teams where until the fourth quarter, you know, like I'm like, oh, the Bucks winning, yeah, it makes sense. In the fourth quarter, like, oh, the Bucks fell apart, yeah, it makes sense too.
Yeah.
So, Seahawks at Cardinals.
I'm still gonna go Seahawks again. They just I can't put any belief in the Cardinals after how much they get their ass whooped. I just can't. Although there is a good chance that they win just because, you know, what are the odds a team beat you twice? But I just
yeah.
They got so dominated.
I know. And I was like, I'm gonna go Seahawks. I'm just like, no. The Bills at Rams.
Bills. Come on now.
Yeah.
The Rams barely beat the Saints.
I know.
The Rams have looked terrible lately.
I think I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
I think their defense just sucks. There's nothing wrong with Kupp and Nakua and Kyron. That's not the problem. I think their defense isn't good.
The defense is abysmal. I know.
Yeah.
The Rams are a lot like Cincinnati, where it's like their offense is not bad at all.
Yeah.
But goddamn that defense. All right. Chicago at San Fran.
I still got to go with San Francisco. Especially now that the Bears lost their coach. It's like they're going to have some rookie coach in there, some guy that does, yeah. I mean, even though Chicago's looking a lot better, I can't believe that Kyle Shanahan's going to lose to this random dude. Although I know they did lose McCaffrey.
I want to go Niners, right? And I will not be mad if the Niners win. But I am going to take the Bears.
Okay. I don't think that's a bad choice necessarily. Sometimes when people get brand new coaches, they win.
Yeah. And I think it's the offensive coordinator calling the shots now. I want to see what he does. And maybe the team rallies around him. I don't know.
Maybe they'll learn how to take a timeout.
Exactly. Exactly. Jesus. All right. Next Sunday night, Chargers at Chiefs.
Chiefs. begrudgingly, but yes. I mean, we couldn't beat the Ravens. We barely beat the Falcons. Come on, no. So, like, we barely beat the Bengals. Like, yes, they're all wins, but the Chiefs aren't going to be no. Although I think we're going to play them better than we did last time, huh?
I'm taking the Chargers.
Okay. Plus, I think that there's a good chance Lab McConkey might not play, which is huge if he doesn't. And they got Pacheco back. And it's in Kansas City.
I gotta go Chiefs. The only reason I want to take the Chargers is because of how badly the Chiefs played against Oakland.
Yes.
That's it.
But the same thing happened last year, and well, actually, no. I think we had our backup list. I don't think we had Herbert in the second one.
You did.
So, but I'm just going with that. Like I think we'll lose by like a field goal, though. I don't think we're going to get double. I think we lost by 2 touchdowns last time. I don't think that's going to happen again.
No.
10 points, I think. I can't remember.
And then for Monday Night Football, look, I am kind of excited about this Monday Night Football game only for the fact that it's going to be Simpsonized, and I want to watch that. If this wasn't, and I have Ashley's, wanting to watch it because it's going to be in The Simpsons stuff.
Okay.
So she's like, you never let me watch the fun stuff. I'm like, well, watch it this week. And she's like, why this time? Why not doing the SpongeBob one? Because I wasn't into SpongeBob at the time, which I am now. I'd totally watch it. But it's The Simpsons. It's a Simpsons. I'm totally down for it. It's like, fine.
Yeah. That'd be the only thing to save this game because both teams pretty much have nothing to play for.
Yeah. Bengals at Cowboys. I'm going Bengals.
I'm still going Bengals. I'm going to keep picking them until they win.
Just because I hated rooting for the Cowboys last week, and I just feel dirty, and I can't root for them again.
I can't. There's no reason they can't win. It's just, the team's stacked.
Dude, like they said, this should be the first time that, a quarterback throws for 5,000 yards and a wide receiver gets the Triple Crown, and they have a losing record.
Yeah,
like they're gonna sucks.
Dude, Burrow had another 3 touchdowns again, and they lost.
Mm-hmm. Burrow on the year, 3,337 yards, 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
Dude, you get Jamar Chase, 1,142 yards, 13 touchdowns.
Yeah.
You should not be 4-8 with that record. You shouldn't. That's ridiculous.
And I still look forward to seeing the money truck that they're going to back up to keep Chase because they're going to definitely have to, especially to convince him to stay on this crappy team.
Oh yeah, unless that defense gets some changes in the draft. No.
Yeah, he's gonna. Part of me is not going to be surprised at all if he doesn't take it because he's going to maybe he doesn't have faith in the team and he wants to go to a winner.
I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame him.
Before, I thought there was no way he wouldn't stay, but I can see him leaving now.
I mean, and he could go to Buffalo. He could go to Minnesota. He could go to Pittsburgh. He could go to fuck it. I love him in Houston. Put him with Nico? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He's got his options.
Oh, of course. I mean, unfortunately, he could go to Kansas City. Ugh.
No. Yeah, that'd be horrible. Who else? Green Bay? He could, go with Jordan Love. I mean,
they're kind of stacked.
Fair, but I mean, come on, Jamar Chase.
I know. I'm just thinking about teams that really need him.
Yeah.
All the other ones you were saying they really do need him.
I mean, can you imagine Josh Allen with him? Can you imagine Lamar Jackson with him? Fuck.
Yeah.
And look, I love Stephon Diggs. I do, but that dude is injured. That dude's gonna blow out his knee at least one more year. I would love to have because Diggs when he was healthy here, he was lights out. I loved it. But I wouldn't. I couldn't.
Plus, there's no guarantee they bring him back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, you drop Diggs, you go after Jamar Chase, you go, hey, you've got CJ, you've got Joe Mixon, you've got Nico. Like
as long as the Chargers get T. Higgins.
That's fine. You can have T. Higgins. You can have him. Let's see here. All right, that's our show. We went a little over. That's okay. It's okay. For the one person watching, thank you. Yeah, I need to bring Gene back on. That was a lot of fun. Fuck. All right, buddy. Where can we find you?
Oh, well, I'm at
Das Geek and Potato.
I'm at the Geek Potato on social media, and then the podcast is at the Geekdom Fancast on social media and YouTube, and well, kind of on YouTube, sort of. But I put up the pictures from Fallout, and because we're in December, I'm going to not only try to finish up the last couple things I went to, but also with December, I try to put up stuff that I just missed. So I'm going to put up stuff probably from earlier in the year, and like, you know, kind of like the best of the rest that I missed. So I'll probably be putting up random stuff from earlier in the year as well. So.
Okie dokie. Sounds good. Also, Juan Soto is reportedly has multiple offers of at least $600 million.
Yep, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, he is good though.
$600 million.
The thing is, he's young and he's good.
All right. The teams currently known to be in on him are the Bo Sox, the Dodgers, the Mets, Yankees, and the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I keep hearing this Blue Jays one. I can't believe that's going to happen. I was like, I can't see him going to the Blue Jays.
Here's what I'm
he
having
wants to win.
True. The Dodgers already owe over $1 billion over the next 20 years.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
They're basically padding what they're doing now, where they have these players, and then when it comes to roost, they're going to be broke as shit. Like, they're going to be filing for bankruptcy when they have to pay all these people.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at all the deferred. Someone put up a thing of all the deferred money they owe, and it's all going to hit within the same 2 years. So with there's 2 years that they're just going to be broke.
Yeah. I'm just like.
But they're probably like, oh well, we'll just buy all these World Series until then we'll deal about it later.
Well, I mean, I feel bad because it just means that the ticket prices and everything can just be jacked up.
Well, they're a terrible fan base because they're terrible fans. So whatever.
Yeah, fuck the Dodgers. I don't give a shit. Fuck them. There we go. Right there, LA. Right there, Dodgers. You and the Yankees can go fuck yourselves. All right. Let's end this on a positive note. I got nothing, but yeah, we'll be back.
What about the toy show?
Huh?
What about the toy show?
Toy Kind of Mood is tomorrow night. I forget what they're talking about because I'm not on it, but do check it out. Also, Moody did a really good review on the Robo Skeletron. There we go, Skeletron. So go check out Moody. Moody does really good reviews on his figures. I bullshit on TikTok. I'm like, hey, this is a cool figure. Let me tell you why. Moody actually spends hours on his edits. I'm like, yeah, I don't have that time, buddy. I don't have that time.
I can't talk about a piece of plastic that long.
I mean, it's not that, but Moody takes different angles. He go check out. Go check out David Speck at Toy Optics. Go check out Tony at Tony's Figs. Go check out KJ at Black Dingus. Go check out Zen at Baldy Locks Reviews. A Toy Kind of Mood. We've got a really strong fucking group of guys who really know their action figure shit. It's really, really fantastic. And then you come here for just mindless entertainment. Mindless entertainment.
I like that.
I like that too. All right, buddy. Okay, let me see. Before I close this out, I need to find my. Nope, that's not what I want. Video file. What are you drinking?
No, remember, it's my Barfly bottle. It's actually just filled with water, but they signed it.
Wait, hold on. Bring that back. Who signed it?
Patton Oswalt, Jordan Blum, and I forgot the writer's name.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they had a golden apple, and he drew that on there. That's a sketch. So,
dude, when was that?
I think a couple weeks before Comic-Con, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Actually, I kind of have something similar to that. A buddy of mine.
They're doing another signing in like 2 weeks.
This is oh crap! I'm blanking on it now. Who's Hawkeye? Jeremy Renner.
Yes. Oh yeah, he's been doing the liquor ones too. Yeah.
Yeah, a buddy of mine went to get some stuff signed by him at the, and he was just signing like one bottle. So yeah, I got Jeremy Renner. So
the booze thing with all these actors is nice because it's an easy way to get them.
It's true, but that's really cool. That will be going with me to Minnesota. So
Minnesota.
All right. For Derek, I am Bobby. I want to thank a special thank you to Gene for hopping on, and I definitely need to get him back on here so we can talk more comic books and
more foosball.
More foosball, more sports ball, because
sports ball.
If we can get a Giants fan on here, oh, it'd be amazing.
Oh wow. We definitely, if Dayball gets fired, we definitely have to have him on.
If what?
If Dayball gets fired, we have to have him on.
Oh hell yeah! Oh my god!
So Gene, what is your reaction to Dayball getting fired?
He's like, not shocked. Not shocked at all. I'm actually surprised he lasted this long. Like, holy shit. Actually, I'm actually kind of shocked he's lasted this long. I won't even lie. Like, the fact that he hasn't been fired yet, like, holy shit. What is happening? What is happening? All right, buddy. I'm going to log us out. Peace out, everyone. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to be a good person. Peace.